welcome back to the show. My name is Joe, and unlike Sammy, I admit it when I'm zooted. I took like 300 milligrams of gummies. Dude, I'm ready to make like a zillion billion motions and go to Mars with Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? Build a bunch of robots and shit. You know, that's fucking cool, dude. I don't know what kind of trip Sammy's on, but I'm on a cool trip. He's on a bummer trip, you know. It's like he took the brown acid at Woodstock. I said like. I didn't say he did. I said like. That's what rappers do. They say like a lot. Anyways, I want to show you something real quick. A lot of people ask me, Joe, how do you get your sound and stuff so freaking good? Well, let me show you how I do that. I open up OBS. I use OBS for everything, even recording videos. You can record videos with OBS. Yes. The greatest thing, and I don't think anybody knows about OBS like this, it's like your own TV station. You can set up slides, you can set up scenes, you can do cut scenes, cut from scene to scene with transitions. You can do chroma key and green screen backgrounds. You can do just about anything you desire, okay? This is how I get my sound. First of all, you use a cheap mic. Because, you know, who has time, who has money, you know? Nobody has money these days. So all your shit's gotta be janky and cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's the way I like to roll. It's kind of like when John Lennon went back into the studio after the Beatles and he says, I want to portray myself as a penniless musician. So he actually went broke. And it actually made him happier. It put him further into the creative space. And he made one of the greatest albums of all time by pretending to be penniless. Now, this is John Lennon. You know John Lennon's got more money than the universe has stars, right? It was so senseless to kill that guy. I mean, what the fuck? It's senseless. God, dang. All right, that's just my opinion, though. Let me show you how. See, you see down here where it says mic aux? You see my mouse? It says mic aux, right? To the right is those three little dots and you go to filters. As you see, the window pops up and it says filters, right? On this audio filter screen, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plugins, VST plugins. Now, why are VST plugins great? For simply the reason that you can create your own studio sound. You hear what I mean? So, the very first plugin is a compressor for the audio. It beefs up that incoming signal. You see those signals? So we beef up and hold down our incoming signal. So what it's doing, the incoming signal is being beefed up and beefed down at the same time. You see, it's held down and it's pushed up. That's a compressor. The second plugin I used was an EQ. The EQ, and you want to lower the 2000s a little bit. The EQ is the color of the sound. Very imperative that you have a sound that does not hurt the ear. So this is what you call an ear-pleasing curve. Okay? So this is using AI to process the incoming signal. Saturation. Saturation gives it more overtones and makes it for a more lush kind of sound. It really does. And what it does to transients. And now listen to this bass note. Didn't that sound great? And I don't even have the mic on it. So then I put this thing called Punch, and you can draw a transient curve sort of like that. And what this does is you can give a little more transient to the treble and emphasize it just a bit. But you don't want to overdo all that, you know what I'm saying? So keep it down a little bit. And then delay. This is what makes an echo. Here, I'll do it. Echo! Boom! See what I mean? That makes it echo. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Echo! Boom! See what I mean? So, after echo, I want to put reverb. What is reverb? Well, it's like being in the shower or the bathroom or a huge stadium. So I'll turn the mix up on this. Watch. Joe Louis Arena! Detroit! Big things! Okay, but I don't use it in that context ever. I don't ever use it in that context. I use it for, you know, what we're doing here. After that, I have a plugin called Analog Channel, and what this does is also very important. It makes it sound like saturated tape machine. And that's how they used to make records in the 60s, by overclocking the bias. Okay? So you're able to do things that only Elton John was able to do. These are secrets of the audio industry. Now this one is called Elevate, and what this does is it's sort of like a limiter. Okay, you see we got it on true peak, you got filter peak, you got a limiter EQ, you got a transient master, you got a clipper, you got all this stuff that makes it sound radical because it's AI. This is AI and audio enhanced. Now our master plugin, which everything goes through, is right here, and it's called ML4000, and it's sort of like an EQ slash limiter slash compressor slash everything for the end. So people always ask me, Joe, how your sound sounds so radical. I know, because I'm me. Anyways, this was just a primer for our next video. Now that everything's running perfect, we're going to come back and we are going to finish this motion capture and show Sam that he's full of hot air, like a fucking hot air balloon, dude. Come on, man. Don't let your ego take you down that rabbit hole like it did me, like it did One Gun, like it did my dad, like it did Sally Peck, like it did everybody. I won't make that mistake again. Trust me.